Hello, welcome to this short podcast, Experiences with A Course in Miracles. The purpose of this podcast is to inspire all students and followers of Jesus to demonstrate the different way, to show that there is finally a way when we always thought there wasn't a way. We didn't think there was another way to look at the world. We believed everything we were taught in school. We believed what we were told in science and history and religious studies. No matter which country we were born into. And more importantly, we've always believed everything that we've seen, haven't we? We believed the human idea. We believed that we're a separate body, born of another body, born from two other bodies, and we have ancestors reaching back that are separate from us, divided from us in time and space. That's what we think we are. A body, a separate identity, here for 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100 years. And we believed very strongly in death. If you believe you're a body, you believe in death. And this belief in death, the belief in birth and death, is very strong. And we didn't know there was an alternative. There wasn't an alternative. And we may know about some spiritual concepts and different teachings. Perhaps we know about or believe in reincarnation to some extent. That this isn't our only life, and that's a start. That can be a start on the path to truth. And immediately, if you accept the idea of reincarnation, it does bring some freedom, because it takes the pressure off this existence. And the ego doesn't like that really, because the ego wants to achieve everything now. The ego has a plan. The ego has a plan for your salvation. You think that if you achieve these goals, if you affect this change in the world, if you be successful by your own standards, and that can be any standard. Perhaps you want a family. Perhaps you want to be a good parent. Perhaps you want a good job. Perhaps you want to have an impact on the world, make the world a better place. doesn't matter what your goal is, they can be anything. But you have goals and plans for time and space, for your time here. And to start to accept that this may not be the only time that you have is very empowering. And it just opens up the mind. Could be a beginning of sorts. And it takes the pressure off, which the human consciousness is desperately in need of. A way to relieve the pressure. We're effectively crushed by time and space. We're given a limit, a parameter, a time restraint. And it feels very beautiful to start to lift the lid on that, to open the mind up, and to admit, I've got no idea what's going on here. Of course, as an ego, I was always very sure that I knew what I was and what I was experiencing. I was experiencing being a human, a body, a separate identity, an Amy in a sea of others, an Amy in a sea of Sarahs and Jennys and Brians and Bobs and Bens. I was one body in a sea of people. Very, very certain in that identity. More certain in that identity and about that identity than anything else. And the Course starts us on the process of questioning that. It takes a lot of learning to say, I don't know what I am. To even go in that direction, start to open up that Pandora's box, if you like, to get to the place where you can say, I don't know what I am. That takes great learning. And you start to feel the ego's resistance to that. As Jesus says in the text, I do not know the thing I am. I think it's very easy to underestimate the teaching, the great, great, great teaching of that message. And you feel the energetic unraveling of that. If you start to say to yourself, I don't know what I am. I don't know what's going on here. You start to feel the release, the relieving of pressure. But it can also feel fearful because it's different. And I invite you to spend a day just being in that I don't know. I don't know what's going on here. I don't know what I am. It's very freeing. It's very beautiful. You'll surely have an energetic experience. An energetic experience of undoing, I don't know what I am. I don't know what's going on here. What I thought was going on is not what's going on. What I thought was going on is not what's going on. What I thought was going on is not what's going on. I'm not a body. These are very powerful ideas that you can apply to the mind. I do not know the thing I am. I don't know what's going on here. What I thought was going on is not what's going on. I am not a body. I do not know the thing I am. I do not know what's going on here. What I thought was going on is not what's going on. I am not a body. I do not know the thing I am. I don't know what's going on. What I thought was going on is not what's going on. I am not a body. And feel that unraveling. Feel the mind letting go at the most fundamental level. Feel the expansion, the freedom, the power of just saying, I don't know. I don't know can take us straight to God. Immediately, the barriers drop and God's there. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. It's a very powerful portal to Christ. I don't know. I give up. I'm not trying to work anything out. I'm just going to spend time in this I don't know. I'm going to trust. I'm going to spend time in this I don't know. And I'm going to have a beautiful experience.